What's up, everybody? We're here doing it live. Well, this is a kind of like almost a live premiere, if you will, voicemail show for my YouTube and IG exclusive members. So, my YouTube members throw a bunch of questions at me, and I have a chat group for those guys. But my Instagram group, if you want to become a part of this voicemail leaving crew, you just got to go to my IG, thefantasyfootballshow.com, click that subscribe button for $4.99 a month. It's a half a cup of coffee. You can leave daily voicemails for me. Let's get into the voicemail show and play your voicemails, answer your voicemails, and get into all the fantasy football goodness that awaits. Let's roll.
Live from the fantasyfootballshow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
All right, here we are. This is the voicemail show. Let's start off with Johnny Boy. Johnny Edwards, my guy.
What's up, Smitty? Hope you're having a blessed day. I just wanted to get your thoughts on who you would take at the 102 in a rookie startup Superflex Dynasty draft. I do have Justin Fields and Derek Carr as my quarterbacks right now, but just wanted to get your thoughts on the 102. Thanks.
102. Yeah, 102. So let me hit this from both angles, Superflex and non-Superflex. If you have two competent quarterbacks, Derek Carr, and who do you say his quarterbacks were?
What's up, startup? Best day.
I
just wanted to get your
you say
thoughts on
Superflex?
who you would take at the 102 in a rookie startup Superflex Dynasty draft. I do have Justin Fields and
Carr. Okay.
Derek Carr as my quarterbacks right now.
So when you have Carr or Aaron Rodgers, even though he may or may not have more than 1 year left, when you've got Fields and a competent number two quarterback, I'm not going near a quarterback with the 1.2. I'm taking either Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan. And, depending on the wide receivers and the landing spots, maybe Jackson Smith and Jigba gets into that conversation. Maybe Gibbs lands in a really bad spot. Maybe Charbonnet lands in the best spot for all RBs, and he's a rock solid, cemented in 1.2 for me. And in that case, Charbonnet at 1.2 is fine. But I find it really hard to draft a quarterback in a Superflex rookie-only draft when I have two competent quarterbacks. I don't care what the longevity is of Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr. You have two very good quarterbacks. You would struggle to put Carr on the bench, in my opinion, in his current new situation with Chris Olave to the moon.
To the moon.
This guy's a moon man for a reason.
The moon man, dropping loads in outer space.
Chris Olave is a moon man for a reason. For a reason, he is going to be an absolute monster in 2023. So I don't know. For me, when looking at these situations, I just can't, even in a Superflex, pass up the opportunity to get an RB like that. Now, I will say, if let's say you had only Fields and you were sitting there going, Smitty, wait, we need to get on the other screen here. There we go. If you're saying, hey, Smitty, I have, no one wins with one quarterback in this league. It's very, very competitive. Everybody's benches are great. Everybody has great wide receivers. Nobody, you know what I mean? Like, it depends on the makeup of the teams. If your teams are super ultra competitive and you need a quarterback and you've got Fields only, Anthony Richardson's a great 1.1, 1.2 overall pick in that context. So context does matter. In general, having good quarterbacks, though, I'm not forcing quarterback. Anthony Richardson's a great pick, though, but would you use him? Can you win? Is Carr good enough? Yes, he is. So I'm gonna say, go ahead and go RB, my guy. This one's from Robert. Robert.
I'm trying to compete and weak at tight end. The Travis Kelce owner wants 104. What do you think?
104 Kelce. Man, that's tough. Let me hit it from redraft and from Superflex and non-Superflex for everybody, so I can help everybody in their different scenarios. I'd say if it was a Superflex and you're a weak at quarterback, that 1.4 is pretty good, because even if you miss out on quarterbacks, one or two of them being injected in the top four makes your 1.4 a magnificent RB pick in Gibbs or Bijan. And if it is super flexing, you need a quarterback, and Bijan and Gibbs are taken, then you're going to get Stroud, or you're going to get Anthony Richardson or Bryce Young, depending on the landing spots, whoever looks the most attractive. If you're in win now mode, you keep Kelce. If you're in rebuild mode at all, even 1 foot out the door, you go 1.4. Because Kelce's got this 1 year left, in my opinion, if he's lucky. I'm not saying he won't play a healthy year. I'm not trying to say he's going to be a bust. I'm saying we're all going to be holding our breath because this guy's been doing it for a long time. Everything comes to an end, and he's been doing it so long. And is there a world where I can envision everybody expecting KC to be exactly what they were this year for the next 5 years because they're not thinking about what happens when Kelce drops off? It's a big part of why Mahomes and the Chiefs are great. We might see, everything's a cycle. We might see KC, if they don't address, and they may address a big-time rookie in this draft, we don't know. But if they don't address this need for a future dominant offensive weapon pass catcher before Kelce drops off, there could be a year or two where they struggle more than people think. Kelce's got, we got to give him one more year. But in a dynasty league, in example, in another draft or a league that I'm in with a few of you followers, amazing followers, I held out when I was being offered 2 first-rounders for Kelce because I didn't know what the picks were going to be. And you can kind of try and guess, but I didn't know that I was getting a top 3 or 4 pick out of those 2 first-rounders. I made someone give me 3 first-rounders for Kelce, which was a steal. But, I mean, the 1.4 is an exact pick. It's high. You know it's good. But I only do it in a super flex. I don't think I do that. I keep Kelce. I try, and even if you need to rebuild, I try and shop them first for a 1.3 or 2. I try and shop them for Kyle Pitts and a future first rounder because Kyle Pitts just got his value kicked right in the gut because now we're hearing Lamar may not go there. Who knows if that changes too? But even if it doesn't, Kyle Pitts and a future first for Kelce, that's how you move Kelce if you're trying to. And if you're trying to get Kelce, in the flip side of this, I'm trying to cover all angles here, even though you're asking me a specific question. I want to help as many people as possible. If you've got the 1.4, obviously, if you flip everything I've said around, if you're in win now mode, I'd definitely give the 1.4 up for Kelce to win now. If you can win some cash money and you want to get the W, get in the W column there and get a championship. So yeah, Robert.
What's up, Smitty? Romez here.
Romez.
First time caller.
Romez.
Got Michael Pittman and 112 for Mark Andrew, and then the Dynasty League. What do you think?
Michael Pittman. Let's hear that one more time, Romez. I'm sorry.
Michael Pittman and 112 for Mark Andrew, and then the
Dynasty. Michael Pittman and 112 for Mark Andrews. Andrews is tough to value because Lamar is probably gone. Maybe he doesn't end up leaving, though, but Lamar is probably gone. Pittman may bounce back. What if Lamar ends up in Indy? This is crazy because you if you were on the Andrews side or the Pittman side, one of the others might have Lamar. Like, Indy's a real possibility. I'm going to say give me Andrews. The tight end position is so hard to dominate at the current moment, and I don't think Pittman or the 112 are such home runs, or even, like Pittman's a shot in the dark. He is. So I'm going to go ahead and say, bro, give me the tight end upgrade, and I do believe he'll be good again. I mean, he was injured last year. I think people are so fickle and think, oh, well, he didn't come back, so he's never going to. He was injured all year. I do believe even with a different quarterback, there's upside for Andrews to be a safety net, get peppered with targets. Maybe he's not exactly the same. Maybe he is, So I'd take the chance on Andrews. I definitely would. This voicemail won't play from Johnny, but I think Johnny re-left his down below. So Johnny, thank you for doing that. Let me get into the other voicemails here that I have. This is from, who is this from?
Hey, Smitty, how do we know
Rose.
the teams aren't lining up after the draft to see if they get their future quarterback to go after Lamar after the draft?
So this question's about Lamar. And let me play it again. I'm trying to.
Hey, Smitty, how do we know the teams aren't lining up after the draft to see if they get their future quarterback to go after Lamar after the draft?
I'm trying to pick up what you're saying, but what I think what you're saying is so there's a couple things that could happen with Lamar. Teams could not offer big fat offer sheets to Lamar. He may not accept anything. He's got to accept something. He doesn't just take the first offer sheet or have to take the highest one or anything like that. And the team, the window closes July 17 this year. It's usually July 15 unless it falls on a weekend, so it's July 17 this year. And so there's a lot of time, to slap an offer sheet down. A lot of time, actually. And remember when I told you guys earlier this week that the Miami Dolphins and Niners cannot participate and even speak to Lamar. They can't. They're prohibited from trying to negotiate and slap an offer sheet down with all the other teams that can, because you're required to have a first rounder in 2023 and a first rounder in 2024. The two most immediate drafts, right? Well, when the draft is over and in the rearview mirror, then 2024 and 2025 become the two most recent years. So technically speaking, from everything that I gather, if the draft goes by, all of a sudden the Miami Dolphins and Niners could actually be in play, assuming they both have first rounders in 2024 and 2025, and I think they do. But will Lamar be out there still? I highly doubt it. The way that the tag works is that if a team puts down an offer sheet, and Lamar is agreeable with it, then the Ravens have 5 days to respond, which ties that team's money up, right? So, like, let's say on the 15th, and nothing can happen until March 15. The reason everything's so quiet on the Lamar front right now is he has no agent. He has no back channel, which you're not supposed to talk to teams anyway, but no back channel communication with teams. It's literally Lamar who has to reach out to clubs and say, hey, I'm interested, because there's no agent to contact. It's an absolute, headache with the way Lamar's operating this with his no agent, him and his mom. They probably got, his mom's picking up the yellow kitchen phone, with the cord, old school phone, rotary, and she's picking this up going, hello? She's baking in the kitchen, and she's fielding phone calls from clubs. These owners are calling Lamar's mother on the phone. On the 15th and beyond. But the reason that there's no movement is because no one is allowed to talk to Lamar until the 15th. So once the 15th happens, March 15, teams can slap down an offer sheet. The moment they do, their money's held and they can't participate in free agency to get other quarterbacks potentially. So it's a kind of a tough spot for teams to be in if they don't want to go all in on Lamar. But my whole point is, I don't think anybody that wants Lamar is going to wait until some sort of NFL draft outcome. That's too far down the line. Lamar should be on a new team by then. If he doesn't like any offer sheet put in front of him, and I highly doubt that, possible, but I highly doubt it, then yeah, the draft happens, and then we might know if another team's interested. And maybe during all this, the Ravens and Lamar figure out how to work out an extension, and the Ravens have until July 15 to offer him a long-term deal. If July 16 comes, he's locked in at $32 million on a one-year deal, and they can't even on July 18, July 19, August, they cannot. He has to play on the one-year $32 million deal, and that's done and inked for the entire season. This one's from Ryan. Ryan Wade, it won't play, pal. I'm sorry. The Bruce, the other ones won't play there. And I think that's all there. Let me might have one more voicemail here from this voicemail group here. This is from Kevin. Oh, that one won't play either. I think I got all the voicemails from this session. Appreciate you all watching. If you want to be part of the voicemail crew, all you got to do is go to my Instagram, thefantasyfootballshow.com, and you're going to click that subscribe button for $4.99 a month through Instagram. Very safe, very secure. Cancel anytime. Try it for 1 month. $4.99 for 1 month of leaving voicemails every day. Hearing your voice here on the show, me answering your question. What's better than that? And I'm going to start, now that we're going to get into the NFL draft and a lot more questions come rolling in. We're going to start answering these about 20 minutes into every 7 p.m. show. I go live at 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, right? So at 7 p.m. Eastern, when I do my show right here. I'm live Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I will be doing the voicemails about 20 minutes into the show. Right after the news, I'll go straight to the voicemails. It'll be a regular thing. We'll keep it consistent. I'm also live whenever news breaks, by the way. But get on over to my Instagram and be sure to sign up for the voicemail group. $4.99. Cancel anytime. Get on that. All right, get on that. I'll see y'all later. I'll see you at 7 p.m. Peace out.